Hello, and welcome to this video on 10 Stoic Keys to become smarter than everyone else. If you want to learn how to live a better life, achieve your goals, and overcome any challenges, then this video is for you. In this video, we will explore the wisdom of the ancient Stoics, who were some of the most influential thinkers and leaders in history. The Stoics taught that we can control our thoughts, emotions, and actions, and that by doing so, we can achieve happiness, virtue, and excellence. The Stoics also gave us practical advice on how to deal with common problems, such as stress, anger, fear, pain, and loss. By applying the Stoic principles to our lives, we can become smarter, stronger, and more resilient than everyone else. So, without further ado, let's get started with the first Stoic key. Key 1. Live according to nature. The first Stoic key to become smarter than everyone else is to live according to nature. What does this mean? It means that we should live in harmony with the natural order of things and follow our true nature as rational and social beings. The Stoics believed that everything in the universe is governed by a divine reason or logos that we can access through our own reason. By using our reason, we can discover the universal laws that guide our actions and align ourselves with the cosmic plan. The Stoics also believed that we are part of a larger community of rational beings, and that we have a duty to cooperate and care for each other. By living according to nature, we can achieve a state of inner peace or eudaimonia, which means a well-lived life. How can we live according to nature? Here are some tips. Use your reason to make wise decisions, and avoid being swayed by irrational impulses, passions, or opinions. Seek to understand the causes and effects of things, and accept what is outside your control. Act with justice, honesty, and kindness towards yourself and others, and respect their dignity and freedom. Be grateful for what you have, and do not envy or covet what others have. Learn from your experiences and improve yourself every day. Key 2. Focus on what you can control. The second Stoic key to become smarter than everyone else is to focus on what you can control and ignore what you cannot control. The Stoics taught that the only thing that we can truly control is our own mind, and that everything else is external and indifferent to us. This means that we should not worry about things that are outside our power, such as the past, the future, the opinions of others, the weather, or the events of the world. These things are not good or bad in themselves, but only as we judge them to be. The Stoics also taught that we should not attach our happiness or unhappiness to these external things, but only to our own actions and judgments. By doing so, we can free ourselves from anxiety, frustration, and disappointment, and focus on what really matters. How can we focus on what we can control? Here are some tips. Identify what is in your control and what is not. For example, you can control your thoughts, emotions, and actions, but you cannot control the outcomes, the reactions of others, or the circumstances. Choose your goals and values wisely, and make sure they depend only on your own efforts, not on external factors. Do your best in every situation and be prepared for any outcome, good or bad. Practice detachment from external things, and do not let them affect your inner state. Use the Serenity prayer as a reminder. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Key 3. Use adversity as an opportunity. The third Stoic key to become smarter than everyone else is to use adversity as an opportunity, not as an obstacle. The Stoics believe that we can turn any challenge, difficulty, or hardship into a chance to grow, learn, and improve ourselves. The Stoics also believe that we can use any situation as a test of our character and as a way to practice our virtues. The Stoics viewed life as a school and every problem as a lesson. By adopting this mindset, we can overcome any obstacle and become stronger and wiser than before. How can we use adversity as an opportunity? Here are some tips. See every challenge as a gift, not as a curse, and be grateful for the opportunity to prove yourself. Ask yourself, What can I learn from this? How can I benefit from this? How can I use this to my advantage? Look for the silver lining in every cloud and focus on the positive aspects of the situation, not on the negative ones. Seek feedback and advice from others and be open to criticism and correction. Remember the words of the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Key 4. Live in the present. The fourth Stoic key to become smarter than everyone else is to live in the present, not in the past or in the future. The Stoics taught that the present moment is the only time that we have, and that we should make the most of it. The Stoics also taught that we should not dwell on the past or worry about the future, as these are sources of regret, guilt, fear, and anxiety. The Stoics advised us to live in the here and now, and to focus on what we can do, not on what we cannot do. By living in the present, we can enjoy the beauty and the joy of life, and avoid the distractions and the illusions of time. How can we live in the present? Here are some tips. Be mindful of your thoughts, emotions, and sensations, and pay attention to what is happening around you. Do not let your mind wander to the past or to the future, but keep it focused on the task at hand. Do not procrastinate or postpone your actions, but do what needs to be done now. Do not take anything for granted, but appreciate every moment as a gift. Practice meditation, breathing exercises, or other techniques that help you relax and calm your mind. Key 5. Manage your emotions. The fifth Stoic key to become smarter than everyone else is to manage your emotions, not to be controlled by them. The Stoics believe that our emotions are the result of our judgments, and that we can change our emotions by changing our judgments. The Stoics also believe that we should not suppress or ignore our emotions, but rather understand them and use them as guides, not as masters. The Stoics taught us how to deal with common emotions, such as anger, fear, sadness, and joy, and how to cultivate positive emotions, such as love, compassion, and gratitude. By managing our emotions, we can achieve a state of inner harmony, or ataraxia, which means freedom from disturbance. How can we manage our emotions? There are some tips. Identify your emotions and the judgments that cause them. For example, you can say, "I feel angry because I think that he insulted me." Challenge your judgments and ask yourself, are they true? Are they helpful? Are they reasonable? Change your judgments and adopt a more rational, objective, and constructive perspective. For example, you can say, "He did not insult me, he just expressed his opinion. I do not have to agree with him, but I can respect him. I can choose to respond calmly and not to react angrily." Express your emotions in a healthy and appropriate way, and do not let them affect your actions or decisions. Practice emotional intelligence and learn how to empathize with others and to communicate effectively. Key 6. Seek wisdom. The sixth Stoic key to become smarter than everyone else is to seek wisdom, not knowledge. The Stoics distinguished between knowledge and wisdom and valued the latter more than the former. Knowledge is the accumulation of facts and information, while wisdom is the application of knowledge to life. The Stoics believed that wisdom is the highest virtue and the goal of philosophy. The Stoics also believed that wisdom is not something that we can acquire once and for all, but something that we have to pursue and practice throughout our lives. The Stoics taught us how to seek wisdom and how to become wise. How can we seek wisdom? Here are some tips. Read books, articles, and other sources of knowledge and learn from the best minds in history and in the present. Think critically and do not accept anything without evidence, reason, or logic. Ask questions and do not be afraid to say, "I don't know," or "I don't understand." Seek feedback and advice from others, and be humble and willing to learn. Apply what you learn to your own life and evaluate the results and consequences of your actions. Reflect on your experiences and learn from your mistakes and successes. Seek to improve yourself every day and never stop learning. Key 7. Practice self-discipline. The 7th Stoic key to become smarter than everyone else is to practice self-discipline, not to indulge in pleasures. The Stoics believed that we should not be slaves to our desires, but masters of ourselves. The Stoics also believed that we should not seek external pleasures, such as wealth, fame, or power, but internal goods such as wisdom, virtue, and happiness. The Stoics taught us how to practice self-discipline and how to become self-sufficient. How can we practice self-discipline? Here are some tips. Set clear and realistic goals and plan your actions accordingly. Follow a daily routine and stick to it. Avoid distractions and temptations and focus on your priorities. Exercise your body and your mind and keep them healthy and fit. Practice moderation and simplicity and do not waste your time, money, or energy on unnecessary things. Key 8. Be aware of your thoughts. The 8th Stoic key to become smarter than everyone else is to be aware of your thoughts, not to be deceived by them. The Stoics believed that our thoughts are the source of our emotions, actions, and happiness, and that we should monitor them carefully. The Stoics also believed that we should not believe everything that we think, but rather examine our thoughts critically and discard those that are false, irrational, or harmful. The Stoics taught us how to be aware of our thoughts and how to change them for the better. How can we be aware of our thoughts? Here are some tips. Observe your thoughts and notice how they affect your feelings and behavior. Use the Socratic method and ask yourself questions such as, is this true? Is this helpful? Is this reasonable? Use the Stoic technique of prowess, which means attention or mindfulness, and focus on the present moment and on what is in your control. Use the Stoic technique of fantasia kataleptike, which means a clear and distinct impression, and distinguish between what is real and what is imaginary, and between what is essential and what is accidental. Use the Stoic technique of premeditatio malorum, which means the premeditation of evils, and imagine the worst-case scenarios and how you would cope with them. Key 9. Be a good citizen. The 9th Stoic key to become smarter than everyone else is to be a good citizen, not to be selfish or isolated. The Stoics believed that we are not only individuals, but also members of a larger community, and that we have a duty to contribute to the common good. The Stoics also believed that we are not only citizens of our own country, but also of the world, and that we should respect and care for all rational beings, regardless of their nationality, race, gender, or religion. The Stoics taught us how to be a good citizen and how to practice cosmopolitanism. How can we be a good citizen? Here are some tips. Be informed and involved in the affairs of your society and participate in the democratic process. Be respectful and tolerant of other people's views, beliefs, and customs, and do not judge or condemn them. Be generous and helpful to those who are in need, and do not expect anything in return. Be loyal and faithful to your friends, family, and country, and do not betray or harm them. Be a role model and a leader, and inspire others to follow your example. Key 10. Love your fate. The 10th and final Stoic key to become smarter than everyone else is to love your fate, not to resist or complain about it. The Stoics believed that everything that happens is part of the divine plan, and that we should accept it with joy and gratitude. The Stoics also believed that we should not wish for things to be different, but rather embrace them as they are and make the best of them. The Stoics taught us how to love our fate and how to practice amor fati. How can we love our fate? Here are some tips. Trust that everything happens for a reason and that there is a purpose behind every event. See every situation as an opportunity, not as a problem, and be grateful for the chance to grow, learn, and improve. Do not compare yourself to others or to your ideal self, but rather appreciate yourself as you are and as you can be. Do not regret the past or worry about the future, but rather enjoy the present and live in the moment. Repeat the words of the Stoic philosopher Epictetus. Do not seek for things to happen the way you want them to. Rather, wish that what happens happen the way it happens. Then you will be happy. These are some of the tips on how to seek wisdom according to the Stoics. By following these tips, you can become smarter than everyone else and live a life of virtue and happiness. I hope you found this video helpful and interesting. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more videos on Stoicism and other topics. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.